I wanted to play the Olympic theme because you're our gold medal nature winner, Gary. That's
I don't get to win a gift card, though.
That's right. Good morning and welcome to Nature Watch. Nature Watch is sponsored by Waddell's Nursery, Floral Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. And now your host of Nature Watch, again, our gold medal nature winner. It's Gary Miller.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, man?
Good. It's cold out there with that wind.
Yeah, I think.
So I had to laugh because, we were looking at all those cold temperatures. It didn't look like we have anything above freezing for high temperatures. And the next 2 weeks looks like we're going to hit near freezing or even warmer.
Yeah. Almost
every day for the next 2 weeks.
Okay, yesterday.
So I'm guessing Mother Nature saw all the predictions that all of the prognosticators did on the 2nd, i.e. Groundhog Day. So Punxsutawney Phil, Michigan's own Woody the Woodchuck, all saw their shadows, so predicted another 6 weeks of winter. And I think Mother Nature said, hey, I'm going to tease everybody and to make them think that the groundhogs were wrong. Give them some warm temperatures for a couple of weeks, and then it's going to get cold again.
Okay, hey, it warmed up yesterday. We broke freezing yesterday.
Yeah,
for
I know.
A minute.
Yeah, but that wind. By the time it did, the wind picked up, so it was pretty cold out there.
Right,
So that's a wind chill. And actually, I looked at the drought monitor. Despite the little bit of snow, it seemed like we get about every day.
Yeah.
We're getting drier out there again.
Oh boy, here we go.
Not a big change, just a little bit drier.
Okay.
But
well, remember we have our snowpack that still needs to melt.
Yes.
So
maybe this next week we'll see.
There's a caveat. There's a caveat here. Okay. Yes. We may or may not be dry.
And we've had more snow than the average. So
I'm just going to bank on that. Okay. Yeah, the snow's not melting at the moment, so yeah, it's dry. Okay.
Would that be a snowbank?
I'm out of here.
I got Jim to roll his eyes already.
I'm out of here.
I wish, first thing in the morning.
I wish Steve was here. I just have him take over.
Okay. Yeah. So, just roller coaster temperatures like usual. Hey, we're in Michigan. So I think you can say that just about everywhere, but Michigan seems to have a bigger roller coaster. We got bigger hills here.
I love roller coaster going through my mind now. Okay.
So this last week, actually, a lot of bird activity. Had a lot of bird activity all the time. But on Tuesday, I actually saw, just east of Vicksburg, I saw a bald eagle feasting on a deer carcass in a field. I did a double take because I was coming up. I thought, gosh, there's a big bird there. Couldn't really make out what kind it was because of its white head in the snow background, but definitely a bald eagle. Didn't have a chance to, it was a little slippery out, and didn't have a chance to slow down. There was somebody behind me to take a photo, but took a mental picture anyway. So that was pretty neat. And had to refill the bird feeders, and the birds are just going gangbusters. And then I made a comment earlier yesterday, like, boy, that bird seed is just not going down as rapidly as it used to. Mm-hmm. And then a little later, my wife said, I know why, because there's a hawk sitting out here. So we have a sharp-shinned hawk that I think felt sorry for us or something because of all the bird seed we were going through. Said, I'll help you out a little bit, and we'll cut down on the amount of food you got to put out there. Though you could tell when the hawk was not around because the birds were pretty aggressive in feeding. So that happened yesterday. Actually, yesterday was quite a birding day.
Okay.
So earlier.
Well, hold on now. I'm curious as if any of our listeners have had to, go crazy on the bird seed as well. Text that to us at 80373.
Yeah,
I want to know how many are really going through more bird seed.
And maybe somebody's had good luck in finding out the yearly theme for the National Bird Feeding Month, because I mentioned that last week. So if anybody found that out in the last week, text us or call us.
Yeah.
I'd like to know that because I don't think there is one this year. So I guess just feed the birds.
Okay.
So we actually, yesterday mid-morning, saw a pair of pileated woodpeckers on several of the trees. Didn't see them come into the feeders, but they were close. And they just seem to flit around and always stay in the backside of trees, so it takes a little bit of time to see where they're at. And then later in the afternoon, I saw some turkeys out in the back of one of my fields. And a couple of the tom turkeys were trying to impress the ladies, I think, and so they were doing a little wrestling out there, trying to say, "Hey, I'm stronger and bigger, and I look better than the other guy."
There's nature, folks, right there.
Which is a little early for turkeys to be doing that, but I guess a couple of the guys wanted to show off or so.
Oh, I was going to say, now do they react weather related to what they need to?
It could be, and I would think so. Usually it's more March, April in this part of the country.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's usually when they mate. So they might be just trying to get that harem lined up earlier, and a little bit of warmer temperatures. Like, yeah, let's go out and wrestle outside.
Might get a bigger turkey. No, I'm kidding.
So that all happened. I had a lot of things going on yesterday. So it.
Now I'm hungry.
Well, if you're hungry, Waddell's has bird seed and suet on sale.
I'm not that hungry.
Just saying. So I need to restock up. I got some great prices again. If you need a new feeder or another feeder, or you want to get ready and get the birdhouse, those are on sale too.
Yeah. Again, if you're feeding birds like crazy, or if you're not, text us. Let us know. We're curious.
Yeah. So another thing you can text us about, because I've noticed this last week or so, week and a half, is anybody else experiencing a big, all of a sudden, increase in population of brown marmorated stink bugs? Because I know we have in our house. Though I have to say, most times I've seen them. I don't know where they came from, but all of a sudden they're on the floor, laying on their back, legs up in the air, not moving, i.e. deceased, which doesn't break my heart at all.
Right.
But
you can just vacuum them up.
But it saves me from handling them, and they actually release their stink, and that's a smell that really bothers me. So.
I have a technique, and it involves toilet paper or Kleenex. Just grab it and throw it and flush it.
And send them to the great whirlpool in the sky?
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
That's actually usually my method too. So
okay, there you go.
Well, so if anybody's experiencing that, give us a call or text us.
Yeah, let's quit talking about stink bugs and let's do something that doesn't stink, like our trivia question of the week. Give you a chance to win a gift card from Waddell's, $20 worth. As a matter of fact, first correct caller at 269-382-4280 to answer Gary's question correctly will win a gift card. Now, our question is, how difficult is this going to be?
It might or might not be. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be difficult, but we'll see.
Stand by.
I never know. Sometimes I get surprises.
Okay.
So this is sort of a tricky one, so you need to pay very close attention to it. So my trivia today is name one of only two New World bird species, i.e. North America and the Americas, but primarily these are actually native to North America, bird species to be domesticated. Now you think, oh gosh, we got all sorts of them. We got parrots and etc. So there's a little hint, it's not parrots. I would tell you both of these bird species you can eat. Just a little hint. Though you could eat any bird, I guess, but these are actually developed for eating.
Really?
So name one of only two New World bird species to be domesticated.
And of course, how nice. We're domesticating them so we can eat them. How nice.
Actually, I ran across this little info, and I'm like, really? So I had to look it up in several sources. I'm like, oh, wow. That was actually, I really learned something. Okay. I usually learn lots of things every week. But
269-382-4280. Name one of the two
New World bird species to be domesticated.
American or North American bird
and actually,
species.
both of them were taken from here and taken over to Europe and domesticated and then brought back with the settlers.
Okay. Well, there you go. Good morning, WKZO. Who is this?
It's Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Are you warm?
Yes.
Okay. Must be inside.
Yes.
There you go.
I was out for a walk through the vineyard, but my dog, he wanted to come back in. It was too cold.
Well, at least the wind's not howling this morning, so that's a good thing, and we thought that we would maybe have a little bit of wind with this, but I'll take a 5 above wind chill, and I'll take a correct answer from you. What is your answer?
A wild turkey.
That is correct.
Well, you see, that was too easy.
Yeah. So actually, it surprised me because I hadn't run across that info before. The other one is the Muscovy duck, which is actually native down in the around Texas and southern U.S. But both of those species were taken to Europe and domesticated, and then brought back. And so we've got all those like turkey breeds that they've developed for us to eat on Thanksgiving Day, etc. But those all came from the wild turkey.
Wow.
And Muscovy ducks are actually the largest duck that's in domestication. So a big duck. So not quite turkey size, but getting there.
So your two correct answers are turkey and duck.
Yeah, wild turkey and Muscovy duck.
They're my favorite.
Okay, there you go.
We have lots of wild turkeys on our farm, so.
Now I am hungry. All right. Rhonda, congratulations. You have won a $20 gift card to Waddell's. I do need to get some information from you. Can you hold on?
Okay, sure.
Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and we'll be back with more Nature Watch in minute 10 on WKZO.
Attention bird lovers! Waddell's huge stock-up bird feeding sale is going on now. Black oil sunflower seed makes a wide variety of wild birds happy, now just $22.98 for an extra-large 50-pound bag. Most of Waddell's most popular bird feeds are on sale, including Waddell's Elite Bird Blend at the lowest price this season, only $12.98 for 20 pounds, or get the 40-pound bag for $25.48. Also this week, get 10 pounds of thistle seed on sale for $14.98. Nutty Butter, Berry, and Orange Essence Suet Cakes, mix and match 12 of your choice for just $16.98. Need to replace your worn-out feeder? All bird feeders and houses are 25% off, including Michigan-made Stovall cedar feeders, Aspects tube feeders with a lifetime warranty, and squirrel-proof feeders. And be sure to sign up for door prizes. Win one of 6 20-pound bags of Elite Bird Feed, a birdhouse, or a feeder during the Stock Up Bird Feeding Sale now through Wednesday at Waddell's Nursery Florist and Garden Center.
I like that it's local.
WKZO. More local news on the radio than any other station in town. And online, too, at WKZO.com.
Rhonda from Mattawan, our big winner. Hold on. I took away our theme for a reason because I was just, hey. I was busy. Okay? Putting a theme behind today's Nature Watch. Maybe we can give a gold medal away or a silver.
And some of us older folks can actually envision the logo from the Wide World of Sport showing up. I'm hearing that too.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's an ABC thing.
I know it's an ABC thing. A long time
okay.
ago. That's that was where I think one of the first times I remember hearing it anyway.
Oh, Jim McKay.
Yes. So it's fun to see all the different athletes and the events and that. So
yeah,
if you have a chance, especially when it's cold outside and you don't have anything else to do, it's like you can watch somebody else play in the winter, snow and etc. Ski or
sledding,
playing hockey.
On Fridays we run a curling feature here on WKZO on Friday mornings during Ken's show, and curling today. So it gives you a chance to check it out. It's actually it's not like it's nowhere near hockey. If you've never seen curling, it is a very relaxed. You could almost say it's a boring sport. It's not a boring sport, though. It's not a boring sport by any means.
There's a lot of strategy involved.
But there's and the action, you won't get checked into the boards, anything like that.
But your stones might.
Right.
There you go. Yeah. So actually, if some folks might recall, but I'm going to say, probably about 17, 18 years ago, the U.S. Nationals were here in Kalamazoo, in curling.
Yeah.
And they've had quite a few of the regional tournaments here. And so if you have a chance to watch it, curling's actually fun to watch. Mm-hmm. My wife doesn't understand my fascination with it, but there's a lot of strategy involved with that. Yeah. And you got to be pretty accurate with those throws, and they really watch that. That's how they get onto those teams because they are very accurate. Typically,
yeah. I wish I could watch Kalamazoo Curling Club, in action right now, but they lost their ice when Wings West closed up. So, in fact, they're doing an event over at Wax Wings today with a new beer. So, but let's get back to nature.
Yes. So, cold, though a little bit warmer. Some events coming up. I wanted to mention because actually we got some Green Thumb Club classes are still continuing at Waddell's. We got 2 today. A little reprieve next Saturday because next Saturday is Valentine's Day. And actually have some other events for you to attend. And then they pick up again in 2 weeks.
Okay. Do you have anything planned for Valentine's?
Do I have anything?
No, not you. I mean Waddell's.
So no Green Thumb clubs. Occasionally they will have some classes leading up to Valentine's Day. I don't know that they have anything specific on there that I recall seeing. But so have a chance go to Waddell's website and you can see that list of events going on. They do have a growing gardeners class next Saturday. So those young folks that they want to get interested in gardening and outdoors and that, they have a neat activity for the kiddos to do. They are open a little later on Friday for Valentine's Day Eve. It's open until 7. So maybe if you need that extra bouquet or something, or want to pick up a bird feeder or so for that significant other.
Okay. Can I interrupt you?
Sure.
Or actually, let's let Ginny interrupt us. Good morning, Ginny.
Morning.
Good morning.
We are getting tons of birds. We can't keep up with them.
So the birds are I've had lots and lots of birds, and so I've been going through an average 90 pounds plus a month.
What?
Of bird seed, plus the suet.
I haven't. Yeah, I just had to run and get one finch. And we have finch and woodpeckers and then all kinds of birds. That my daughter did see. We live in Shelbyville, and she did see a hawk up in a tree, but it has not been close enough to us to affect the birds.
Yeah, so I know when we discovered that the hawk was around. I was working on the computer a little bit and went to look at the bird feeders out our big picture window, and there were no birds there at all. And I'm like, And then I noticed that the bird seed hadn't gone down very much.
Uh-huh.
So that's a little later. My wife said, "There's a hawk out here. That's why they're not there."
Hey, Ginny, do you need a hawk? Do you need to borrow a hawk?
Well, it's interesting. Anytime any big bird comes, like, for example, even a cardinal, when the cardinals come, it scares the birds off for some unknown reason, but just because of its size, obviously.
Yeah, it depends on sometimes it's the noise in that, and just sometimes just the movement that may scare them off. I know the first time, decades ago, when I first saw a hawk grab a bird coming off the bird feeder, I was like, oh my gosh, didn't want that to happen. And then I got to thinking, well, hawks are birds too, and it is a bird feeder. So just saying, sometimes you got to feed all the birds, and it involves feeding hawks now and then, just so they don't sit there all the time. So they will stick around for a while. I know last year we had a Cooper's hawk. This one we had yesterday was a sharp-shinned. I'm going to guess he's going to stay around for a little while. Last year we had a Cooper's hawk, which is even bigger, and that would sit over in the side yard in the trees and then come over and sit by a tree overlooking the bird feeder and then periodically try to grab something. I don't know that we're very successful last year. So if they're not very successful, they're going to probably fly away.
Well, I just want to tell you, I really enjoy your show, and I'm anxious for Harley to come back with his garden show. And,
yeah, so he's still hibernating. He's got another next month. He'll actually start up again. So
about the middle of March, I think is when we get it going.
So, usually does it the weekend of our spring show, garden show, which is usually the third weekend in March. And
okay.
So that's usually when he does his first show of the season.
And it kind of ties in with spring.
That's right. Also, I was going to say that once we hear him, we'll know that spring is right around the corner.
Yep.
At least on the calendar.
I know it's there because there are two things. Well, outside of baseball, close to starting up. Yeah. Andy coming back. That's a sign of spring, and Oberon Day.
I'm ready. Oh boy, but I'm ready, more than ready for.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, thanks for calling in, Ginny.
I'm not happy about. Oh dear, the pitcher screwball. Not happy about that, but the salary business. But they need a cap in baseball. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, well, thanks for listening. And I enjoy your show so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right.
Stay warm. Watch the birds.
Yep. Thanks, Jenny. We'll talk to you soon. 269-382-4280 if you would like to join us here on Nature Watch.
So I got some fun activities coming up, too.
Or you can text us to 803.
Jim can read the text to me.
Yeah.
So this next Wednesday, Kellogg Bird Sanctuary has another Birds and Coffee online chat. Lisa Duke, the manager at the Bird Sanctuary, is going to be talking about Michigan owls. So you need to register for that to get that free link via Zoom. It's at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. On next Sunday, the 15th, they're doing free Sanctuary Admission Day and participating with the Great Backyard Bird Count. And they're open 10 to 3, so something to do the day after Valentine's Day. Later today, the Kalamazoo Nature Center has a winter adaptation walk. It's a walk-in program at 2 p.m. Tomorrow they have an artist's reception for some nature-related art and artists and photographers, and that runs through end of April, so you can go and vote on your favorite piece of art. The Great Backyard Bird Count, as I mentioned, that starts next Friday, the 13th, runs through the 16th, and you can do as little as 15 minutes of observation. If you search for or go to birdcount.org, you can find all the info on that. There's another webinar coming up this next Wednesday evening to learn how to do that. Next Saturday, on Valentine's Day, if you're looking for something to do with your Valentine, the Audubon Society Kalamazoo is actually doing a little field trip and doing the backyard bird count from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And they're meeting at the parking lot off of Millam Road. And there's info on their website. They have the address for that, 910 East Millam in Portage, and it says dress warmly, bring your binoculars. They're going to do
910 East Millam. Isn't that the Celery Flats?
Oh, it might be
right about there.
Yeah, right. Actually, going hiking on the Portage Creek Bicentennial Park.
I'm familiar.
I read my notes here all the way.
I'm familiar with the address grid around here. Grids around here.
So they're actually going to do a 1 to 2 mile hike on paved trails. And they're going to be building an eBird list. So if you want to go with some experienced birders and do some, or if you're an experienced birder and want to participate. Next Saturday evening, the Kalamazoo Astronomical Society has an online viewing session. So something else to do with your Valentine. And next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and 15th, is a free fishing weekend here in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
So take your Valentine fishing. Yeah. Probably going to be ice fishing, though you have to be careful of the ice thickness.
Right.
Because it's going to be warm this week, so that ice is going to get thinner again.
Yeah.
And just to mention, a week from this coming Monday, so on the 16th, so about a week and a half away, Michigan Botanical Society Southwestern Chapter has another program. This one is on restoring soil health and microbial communities with native plants. There's a mouthful. Dr. Catherine Doherty, I believe is how she pronounces her name. I'm not positive of that. She's a professor of biological sciences at Western. And that's at 7 p.m. There's info on, if you go to the Michigan Botanical Society Southwestern Chapter page and their program and their calendar, and you can see all the info on that. We were talking last week about bird needs in the wintertime as far as seed and all that, and suet. Another very important thing for birds in the wintertime is water. They need water, so if you don't have a body of water near you that's open and the birds have access to water,
right,
have that bird bath going. If you need a heater or heated bird bath, Waddell's has a neat selection of those. Your bird bath that you typically have out in the summertime, you can put a heater in that. Make sure it doesn't freeze, because most times those concrete or clay bird baths or even glass bird baths, if they freeze, they're going to break and crack, or crack and break, and without a heater in there. So you might want to get that heated bird bath, or put a heater in there, or get more of a plastic or resin type of bird bath for the wintertime and put a heater in it.
Okay.
I got some really neat looking ones that have multiple mounting. So you can actually put it on the ground on some legs. You can mount it on a bracket on a post. So it's some different different spots to put that, but you want to get that water so the birds have access to water, because water is very important so they don't get dehydrated.
Right.
And they actually have some bird bath heaters on sale right now at Waddell's. So if you need one, it's still going to be cold. It's going to drop below freezing at night, so we want to make sure that water stays open. And it's also important. I saw a little article this last week. It was titled, "Don't Fill Your Bird Bath with Garden Hose Water." I know we don't, here in Michigan, I don't think anybody's got their garden hoses attached right now to the spigot, because it's probably a big, long tube of ice. But in the summertime, we don't want to do that, and that also brings up a point. You want to use fresh water. Always use fresh water. So if you're like me and you grew up drinking out of a garden hose, you never drank that water right away when it came out of the hose, especially in the summertime, because it was really hot, or at least really warm. It tasted awful. So you always let it run for a while, so you had that nice cool or cold, clean water coming out, and had a much better taste. So think of the birds for the same reason. You don't want to use rain barrels as far as rainwater in that, because all that water comes off of roofs, and there may be a few bird droppings here and there that wash in. Going to have some other things that bother or potentially can bother those birds. So always use fresh water for those birds. And try to get that. Make sure your feeders stay full, and maybe you'll get an occasional hawk. Usually these hawks move around a little bit in the wintertime. Some of them will migrate further south. So usually the sharpshin that we have probably was nesting farther north and decided to come here to the south for the winter.
I have a great business venture for you. You can run it right out of the shop. Renting hawks. I'm telling you. That way people can save money on their bird
The other thing,
seed.
we had our first sunset after 6 p.m. this last week.
Yes, we did.
And so we gained almost 70 minutes of sunshine in February. So
now we're just waiting for the front end to catch up.
Yes. And some temperatures to go with it.
Yeah.
Gradually.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm assuming you will be at the store today.
Yeah, actually, I'm doing another seminar today, doing one on hydrangeas. So not a nature thing, but a garden thing.
Yeah, what time is that?
That's at 11:15.
Okay.
And actually at 10 o'clock this morning, there's one on orchids.
Okay.
So Jackson Distelrath, he's one of our plant experts, is going to be talking about all sorts of orchids that we have.
Get prepped up for spring today.
So if you're looking for something to do and don't want to watch the hawks eat the birds at the bird feeder, come into Waddell's and join one of those Green Thumb Club classes.
And then after that, you can go home and watch curling.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Gary, and thank you for listening to this edition of Nature Watch. Tune in each Saturday morning at 8:30 for Nature Watch, brought to you by Waddell's Nursery, Floral Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. CBS and local news is up next, and then American Outdoors right here on 590 and 106.9 FM WKZO.